So in today's video, we're going to be taking a closer look at the Insta360 X5 internal microphones. Now there's several microphones all the way around the X5, so I'll be talking to each one of those just to see which is the best one. And in the audio settings, we've got a few options there, so I'll list them when I go through there. And what you're viewing right now is me vlogging on the X5, but I'm in single lens mode. And you can only get up to 4K 60 in that. But when I go through these tests, I'm going to be switching it back to But when I go through these tests, I'm going to be switching it to the 360 mode and holding it just out in front of me, just so we can see the clarity of that as well, but really concentrate on the audio. And just before we get into the video, I'm just going to show you how to locate the audio settings and the ones I'll be toggling through today. So let's switch over to the X5's interface. Here we go. So to find the audio options on the X5, you'll just swipe down from the top, right to left twice, and second one down you'll see audio settings. So when you highlight that and scroll to the bottom, you can see now we've got 5 different options there. The first one being auto wind noise reduction weak. The second one, and now this is set as default because I think Insta360 know that this is the best one, and I've done a bit of testing and it really is, as you'll see later on in the video. So that's auto wind noise reduction strong. Underneath that we've got voice enhancement, then we're into stereo, and the fifth and final one is 360 audio. So now you know how to locate the audio on the X5. Let's get back to the video. Here we go. So in the audio settings, as you've seen there, we've got 5 different audio options. And this first one you're listening to right now is audio wind noise weak. So what's this sound like? And now the screen is facing up, so that new improved mic windshield is facing down. So I'm talking to the microphone just above the front screen there. So what does this sound like? And while it's still recording, I'm going to flip the camera around. And now I'm talking to the back of the camera where there's no screen. So I'm talking into that new improved windshield mic. So did we see any differences there between the front microphone to the rear microphone? So now I'm going to turn the X5 on its side whilst it's recording. Just ignore the stitch line because I'm going to look rather strange here, but we're not focusing on the video quality in this video, we're just concentrating on the audio. So now I'm talking to the side of the camera where the quick shot and power button is. So what's that audio sound like? I'm still in the first wind noise weak reduction, and now while it's recording I'm going to flip it over to the other side, and now I'm talking to the opposite side where the battery port is into that microphone. Can we hear any differences? And now I've flipped the screen facing up in the vlogging style in the 360 mode, and I'm still on that one called weak. So that's the noise reduction weak. And now I've switched over to auto wind noise reduction strong. Now this is what the camera comes with on default, and in my opinion I've tested a few of these options and this is the best one, to be fair. So this is the wind reduction strong. Can we hear any differences to the first one, which was wind reduction weak? So I'm talking to the front screen, the microphone just above that front screen, and while it's recording again I'm going to flip it over to the back screen, and now I'm talking to the rear of the screen. Can we hear any differences talking to that front to the rear mic? Now I'm going to turn it on its side. Now this is the battery compartment I'm talking to right now. Again, ignore this weird stitch line. I keep saying that, but it's going to look rather strange, but just ignore that. We're concentrating on the audio. So what's this sound like in strong? And now we're going to flip it over, and now I'm talking to the quick shot and power button side. Is there any differences at all? And now I've turned the audio setting to voice enhancement. Now straight away on paper you'd think that this was the best one. Obviously it says voice enhancement, but I've done a few tests and I don't believe it is the best one, as you'll probably hear from my audio levels right now. Again, the camera's in the same position and I'm talking at the same volume throughout all these clips to give it a fair comparison. So I'm talking to the selfie screen with a microphone just above it at the moment. And now I'm going to fully rotate it as I'm recording. And once again I'm talking to the rear microphone, that built-in windshield. Do we hear any differences here? And this is on the voice enhancement. And once again I'll turn it to the side. I'm now talking to the quick shot and the power button side. Again, Ignore that stitch line. Can we hear any audio quality here with this voice enhancement compared to the others? And now I'll rotate it to the other side. Now I'm talking to the battery port. I'm not going to say that again. So now I'm talking to that battery port. Can we hear any differences? Now I've turned it all the way around. Does any side sound a lot clearer than the other microphones all around the X5? And now I've changed the audio settings to stereo. And once again I'm talking to the selfie screen with a mic just above it. So in the stereo mode, can we hear any differences? And once again I'll turn it all the way around whilst it's recording. And now I'm talking to the rear of the camera in stereo mode. Can we hear any differences? Again, everything's the same. The selfie stick's at the same distance. And I'm talking at the same level. And now I'll turn it to the side. Now I'm talking to the battery port. Can we hear any differences now I've done that? And now it's on the quick shot and power button side. Can you hear any difference in that stereo mode? And now I've changed the audio settings to the fifth and final one, and this is called 360 audio. Again, the selfie screen's facing me and the microphone just above that. Can you hear any audio differences here, and what does the audio sound like? And once again I'm going to flip it round, and now I'm talking to that rear windshield mic, and with this 360 audio, does it sound any good? And then once again I'm going to turn it to its side. Now I'm talking to the battery compartment microphone. Again, what's this sound like compared to the rest? And is this 360 audio any good? And now I'll fully rotate it. And now I'm looking at the power button and the quick shot one. So that's the microphone on that side. Still in 360 audio. Is there any differences there? And now I've switched back to that single lens just so you can see the differences between the 360 lens and this one, what you're seeing right now. So I hope you've enjoyed this video today. And now that you've heard all the 5 options in the audio settings on the X5, which is your favourite one there? Now I've done a little bit of testing with all those 5 audio levels, and I will say the best one there is the wind reduction noise strong, and that's what it comes with on default, so Insta360 must know that's the best one. So as always, do stay tuned to the channel, as there's going to be plenty more videos on the horizon, especially with testing out this new X5 360 camera. There's going to be plenty of creative videos coming your way soon. But for now, thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and bye for now.